Success doesn't come easy. It takes focus, discipline, and the willingness to face every challenge head on. Every morning you wake up, you have a choice. Either you chase your dreams or let them slip away. Let me ask you something. How badly do you want it? This message right here, it's your daily reminder to keep pushing, keep striving, and never settle. If you're serious about changing your life, make it a habit to watch this every single day. Your mindset controls your destiny. The thoughts you entertain every day either build your future or destroy it. Every champion, every leader, every person who ever made something of themselves, they had one thing in common. They believed in themselves when no one else did. You've got to wake up every day and remind yourself that you are worthy, you are capable, and nothing can stop you. The moment you doubt yourself, you've already lost. But the moment you decide, I've got this, the world starts to move in your favor. Success doesn't come easy. It takes focus, discipline, and the willingness to face every challenge head on. Every day we wake up, we are given a choice. Either we take a step toward our dreams or let them slip further away. That choice defines everything. What are you willing to do to make your dreams a reality? What are you willing to sacrifice? These are questions that you need to ask yourself every single day. The decisions you make from the moment you open your eyes set the tone for your entire life. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of purpose, with a fire in your heart, knowing that every move you make is bringing you closer to your goals. But here's the thing, that kind of drive doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention, it requires effort. You have to decide right here and now that you're going to chase your dreams with everything you've got. And that decision, you've got to make it every single day. This speech, this message is here to remind you of that. That's why it's crucial to watch it every day. Because life is full of distractions. Life is full of things pulling you in different directions. And if you're not careful, it's easy to lose sight of what really matters. What really matters is your growth. What really matters is your dreams, your vision for yourself, and the life you want to create. You see, success isn't just about talent. It's about focus. It's about having the ability to block out the noise, the doubts, the negativity, and lock in on what truly matters. People talk about wanting success, but very few are willing to put in the consistent effort it takes to achieve it. Watching this speech every day isn't just about motivation, it's about keeping your mind sharp, keeping your goals front and center, and building the kind of focus that turns dreams into reality. Let's be real, there will be days when you don't feel like it. Days when you wake up tired, when the weight of life feels too heavy, and your dreams seem far away. That's when this speech becomes your lifeline. When the doubt creeps in and you feel like you're not good enough, that's when you need to hear these words the most. Because in those moments of doubt, the decision you make determines your future. Are you going to give in to the negative thoughts, or are you going to rise above them? Watching this every day helps you rise above. It helps you remember who you are, what you're capable of, and why you started this journey in the first place. You've heard it before, success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's built on daily habits, on the small things you do over and over again that compound over time. Watching this speech daily is one of those small habits that will compound into something powerful. It's about building a mental fortress, a mindset that doesn't waver when things get tough. It's easy to feel motivated when things are going well, but the real test of your character comes when the road gets rough. That's when most people quit. That's when most people give up on their dreams, but not you. You're here because you want more. You're here because you know you're capable of greatness and you're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Every time you watch this, remind yourself why you started. Picture the version of yourself that you're working toward. Visualize the life you're creating, see it in your mind, feel it in your heart, and then go out and make it happen. This isn't just about motivation, it's about creating a vision so clear, so vivid that you can't help but chase it with everything you've got. And every single day that vision gets closer and closer as long as you keep putting in the work. Success doesn't come easy, but it's within reach. It's for the person who's willing to outwork the competition, to stay focused when others get distracted, and to keep going when others give up. That's why watching this daily is so important. It's about rewiring your brain to stay locked in on your goals no matter what life throws your way. It's about reminding yourself that you are in control of your destiny, that your future is shaped by the decisions you make today. So make the decision. Watch this every day. Let it fuel your fire. Let it remind you of your greatness. Let it be the push you need when you feel like slowing down. Let it be the voice in your head telling you to keep going, keep pushing, and never settle. Success is out there waiting for you, but it's not going to come to you. You've got to go out and get it. And every time you press play on this speech, you're taking one more step toward making your dreams a reality. Self-doubt is one of the greatest obstacles you will ever face. It creeps in when you least expect it, convincing you that you're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough to achieve your dreams. But here's the truth: doubt is a liar. It feeds on your insecurities and grows stronger every time you listen to it. The most successful people in the world weren't the ones without doubt, they were the ones who learned to overcome it. They were the ones who pushed past the fear and kept moving forward, even when everything inside them told them to stop. Every single person, no matter how successful, faces moments of uncertainty. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The successful ones don't let doubt define them. They recognize it for what it is, a temporary feeling, not a permanent reality. You can feel doubt, but you don't have to live in it. The problem isn't having doubts, it's letting those doubts control you. It's allowing them to stop you from taking the risks, from stepping out of your comfort zone, from trying something new. The real danger of doubt is that it paralyzes you. It holds you back from reaching your full potential, and the longer you let it fester, the more power it gains. But here's the good news: you have the power to overcome it. You have the ability to push past the doubt, to keep going even when you're not sure of the outcome. And that's where true success lies, in continuing to move forward even when the path isn't clear. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need all the answers. What you need is the courage to take the next step, even when doubt is whispering in your ear that you'll fail. Because here's the thing: doubt only wins if you let it. There will be days when doubt feels overwhelming. Days when the negative voices in your head seem louder than your dreams. On those days, you have to remember why you started. You have to remind yourself of the reason you set out on this journey in the first place. Was it to let fear hold you back? Or was it to push through no matter what obstacle stood in your way? When you feel like doubt has taken over, it's not the time to slow down, it's the time to push harder. Because that's when growth happens. That's when you prove to yourself what you're truly capable of. Doubt is sneaky. It disguises itself as practicality, as caution, as a way of protecting you from failure. But in reality, doubt is just fear dressed up in different clothes. It tells you to play it safe, to not take risks, to stay in your comfort zone where everything is predictable. But the truth is, greatness doesn't live in comfort zones. Success doesn't come to those who play it safe. It comes to those who are willing to take risks, to step out into the unknown, and to trust that even if they fail, they will get back up and try again. Overcoming doubt is a daily battle. It's not something you conquer once and never deal with again. It will keep coming back, testing your resolve, seeing if you have what it takes to keep going. But every time you push past it, you get stronger. Every time you take a step forward in spite of the fear, you prove to yourself that doubt doesn't control you, you control it. And with each victory over doubt, you build confidence, you build resilience. You build the belief that no matter what challenges come your way, you can handle them. There will be moments when you're on the brink of something great, and that's when doubt will hit you the hardest. It's at that critical point, just before you achieve something big, that doubt will try to stop you. It's as if it knows you're about to succeed and it can't stand the thought of it. But in those moments, you have to recognize doubt for what it is: a test. It's testing whether you really want what you say you want, whether you're really willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your dreams. And that's when you have to dig deep and keep going. So the next time doubt creeps in, don't run from it. Face it head on. Acknowledge that it's there, but don't give it power. Remember that every great achievement in history was made by someone who had doubts, someone who faced fear, but decided to keep going anyway. You are no different. You have that same power within you, the power to push past your doubts and reach heights you never thought possible. At the end of the day, it's not about never feeling doubt, it's about refusing to let it stop you. It's about trusting yourself enough to take action, even when you're uncertain of the outcome. It's about knowing that every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your dreams. And the more you act in spite of doubt, the more you'll realize that it doesn't have the power to control you. You have the power to control it. When you wake up each day, remind yourself that doubt is just a feeling. It doesn't define you. What defines you are the actions you take, the choices you make, and the persistence you show in the face of uncertainty. Watch this every day and let it be the reminder that you are stronger than your doubts, more capable than your fears, and destined for greatness if only you have the courage to keep moving forward. Life will throw challenges your way. There's no escaping that. No matter how carefully you plan, no matter how well you prepare, there will always be obstacles that rise up unexpectedly. But here's the thing, it's not the challenges themselves that define your success, but how you respond to them. Every challenge is an opportunity, a chance for you to grow, to push past your limits, and to become stronger. The moment you start seeing challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, everything changes. You begin to realize that every difficult situation is preparing you for something greater. The reality is that most people give up when things get tough. They hit an obstacle, and instead of pushing through, they throw in the towel. They think this is too hard, or maybe it wasn't meant to be. But the truth is, the greatest achievements in life are born from the greatest challenges. Nothing worth having comes easy. Every person who has ever accomplished something extraordinary has faced moments where they could have quit, where they could have decided that it was too much to handle. But they didn't. They pushed through the pain, through the discomfort, through the uncertainty, because they knew that on the other side of that challenge was something far greater than they had ever imagined. When you're in the middle of a challenge, it's easy to feel like giving up. The discomfort, the fear, the doubt, it can all feel overwhelming. But that's when you need to dig deep and remember why you started in the first place. What is your dream? What are you working toward? And more importantly, are you willing to let a temporary obstacle stand in the way of something that could change your life forever? Challenges are temporary, but the lessons you learn from them last a lifetime. Every time you face a challenge and push through, you come out stronger, you come out wiser, you come out better prepared for the next challenge that will inevitably come your way. Success isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about embracing them. It's about recognizing that every time you're faced with a difficult situation, you're being given an opportunity to prove to yourself how strong you really are. And here's the truth, you're stronger than you think. You've overcome challenges before, and you will overcome them again. But only if you choose to see them for what they really are, opportunities to grow. Every challenge teaches you something. Sometimes it teaches you patience. Sometimes it teaches you resilience. Sometimes it teaches you to let go of things that no longer serve you. But there's always a lesson if you're willing to look for it. And those lessons, they're what build character. They're what shape you into the person you need to be to handle even bigger challenges in the future. Because the truth is, the challenges don't get easier, you get better. You become stronger, smarter, and more capable with every hurdle you overcome. When you're in the midst of a challenge, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. It's easy to focus on the pain, the frustration, and the uncertainty. But in those moments, you have to remind yourself that this too shall pass. Every storm runs out of rain eventually, and when it does, you'll be standing stronger and more confident because you didn't let it break you. You let it build you. Think about the people you admire most, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the leaders. They didn't get to where they are by coasting through life without challenges. They faced adversity head on. They took their setbacks, their failures, their moments of doubt, and used them as fuel to propel them forward. And that's exactly what you need to do. When you hit a challenge, don't back down. Don't let it convince you that you're not good enough. Instead, see it as an opportunity to prove to yourself that you have what it takes. Because you do. Success is not about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about getting back up every time life knocks you down. It's about continuing to move forward, even when the path is unclear and the obstacles seem insurmountable. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never face challenges, they're the ones who refuse to be defeated by them. Challenges are part of the process. They're what separate those who dream from those who achieve. Everyone has dreams, but not everyone is willing to do what it takes to make those dreams a reality. The difference comes down to how you handle challenges. Are you going to let them stop you, or are you going to let them strengthen you? The next time you're faced with a challenge, don't shy away from it. Embrace it. See it as a test, a way for you to prove to yourself that you're stronger than any obstacle in your way. Remember that the discomfort you feel now is temporary, but the growth you'll experience because of it will last forever. Challenges are not here to break you, they're here to build you. And every time you face one and push through, you're one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. So when life throws its challenges at you, face them head on, don't run, don't hide. Stand tall and know that you have the strength to overcome anything that comes your way. Every challenge is preparing you for something greater, something beyond what you can even imagine. Keep going, keep pushing, and never forget that the road to success is paved with challenges, but it's those challenges that make the journey worthwhile. Consistency is the backbone of any significant achievement. It's the quiet, often unnoticed force that separates those who simply talk about their goals from those who actually achieve them. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if you're not consistent in your actions, those dreams will remain just that, dreams. Success doesn't come from doing something once in a while when you feel motivated. It comes from showing up day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when no one is watching, even when it seems like nothing is happening. Think about the most successful athletes, entrepreneurs, or artists. What sets them apart isn't just their talent, it's their relentless commitment to their craft. They don't just put in the effort when it's convenient or when they feel inspired. They work on their goals every single day, honing their skills, improving their mindset, and pushing themselves further even when progress feels slow. Consistency is what allows them to transform small, daily actions into monumental success over time. It's the compound effect that work little efforts, repeated consistently, add up to big results. The problem is we live in a world that glorifies quick wins and instant gratification. We want results and we want them now. We scroll through social media and see people posting their successes, and it's easy to feel like we're falling behind. But what we don't see is the years of consistent effort it took for them to get there. Success isn't about hitting a home run every time. It's about showing up to bat time and time again. It's about putting in the work when the cameras aren't on, when no one is there to cheer you on, and when the results are still a long way off. Consistency requires discipline. It's easy to be motivated for a few days or even a few weeks, but the real challenge comes when the initial excitement wears off. That's when discipline steps in. Discipline is what gets you out of bed early to work on your goals when you'd rather sleep in. It's what keeps you focused when distractions are pulling at you from every direction. It's what drives you to keep pushing forward, even when it feels like progress is slow or non-existent. Without discipline, consistency is impossible. But here's the thing about consistency: it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get it right every single day. There will be days when you slip up, when life gets in the way, when you feel like you've fallen off track, and that's okay. What matters is that you get back up and keep going. Too often people give up on their goals because they expect perfection. They miss a day at the gym, eat something off their diet, or skip a step in their routine, and they think they failed. But real consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about getting back on track as soon as you can and not letting one bad day turn into a bad week or a bad month. The power of consistency lies in its ability to build momentum. Every time you take action toward your goal, no matter how small, you're building momentum. And the more momentum you build, the easier it becomes to keep going. It's like pushing a snowball down a hill. At first, it's slow and requires effort, but as it gains speed, it starts to roll on its own. That's what happens when you're consistent. The more you show up, the more progress you make, and the easier it becomes to stay on track. But it's not just about showing up physically, it's about showing up mentally and emotionally as well. You can go through the motions, but if your heart's not in it, if you're not fully committed to your goal, you won't see the results you want. Consistency requires focus. It requires you to be intentional about your actions, to make sure that everything you're doing is moving you closer to your goal. It's easy to get caught up in busy work, to feel like you're being productive just because you're doing something. But real progress comes from being consistent in the right actions, the actions that matter, the ones that will truly move the needle. It's important to remember that consistency isn't about doing everything at once. You don't have to overhaul your entire life in one day. In fact, trying to do too much at once can be overwhelming and lead to burnout. Instead, focus on small, manageable actions that you can commit to every day. It's better to take one small step every day than to take a giant leap once and never do anything again. Over time, those small steps add up. They build habits, they create momentum, and they lead to lasting change. The journey to success is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, perseverance, and a long-term mindset. There will be days when it feels like you're not making any progress, when you question whether all the effort is worth it. But those are the days when consistency matters most. It's in those moments when you feel like giving up that you have to remind yourself why you started. You have to keep going, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Because the truth is, everything is happening. Every action you take, no matter how small, is bringing you one step closer to your goal. Consistency isn't glamorous. It's not always exciting, and it doesn't always provide immediate results. But it's the foundation of success. It's the daily grind, the repeated efforts, the unglamorous work that ultimately leads to the big wins. So if you want to achieve something great, commit to being consistent, show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Take small steps and trust that over time they will add up to something extraordinary. Keep pushing forward, keep building momentum, and remember that success is not the result of one big effort, it's the result of many small, consistent actions repeated over time. Self-doubt is one of the most common and crippling obstacles people face on the path to success. It sneaks into your thoughts, whispering that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that you'll never succeed. But here's the truth: self-doubt is a liar. It's a false narrative your mind creates, often rooted in fear, past failures, or the opinions of others. If you let it, self-doubt will stop you from taking risks, from chasing your dreams, and from becoming the person you are meant to be. The key to overcoming self-doubt isn't about erasing it completely, because the truth is we all feel doubt at times, but about recognizing it for what it is and refusing to let it control you. Every successful person you've ever admired has experienced self-doubt at some point. They've had moments where they questioned whether they were good enough, where they wondered if they were on the right path. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't that the successful never doubt themselves, it's that they push forward despite the doubt. They don't let it paralyze them. They take action anyway. And with each step they take, their confidence grows and the doubt begins to shrink. The first step to overcoming self-doubt is to recognize that it's normal. It doesn't mean you're weak or incapable, it means you're human. Everyone has moments of doubt, even those who seem the most confident. The key is not to give that doubt too much power. Acknowledge it, but don't let it dictate your actions. Instead, focus on what you can control: your effort, your persistence, and your willingness to keep moving forward. One of the reasons self-doubt can feel so overwhelming is because it often magnifies our fears. It makes us focus on everything that could go wrong, on all the ways we might fail. But here's the thing: fear is often a sign that you're on the right track. If you're not feeling a little scared or uncertain, you're probably not challenging yourself enough. Fear means you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. Instead of running from that fear, embrace it. Use it as fuel to propel you forward. Another powerful way to combat self-doubt is to shift your focus from the outcome to the process. Often we become consumed with the fear of failure because we're so focused on the end result. We worry about whether we'll achieve our goal, whether we'll succeed or fail. But the truth is, you can't control the outcome. What you can control is the effort you put in, the actions you take, and the mindset you bring to the table. When you focus on the process, on doing your best each day, on improving little by little, the outcome will take care of itself. And when you're immersed in the process, self-doubt has less room to thrive. Another powerful antidote to self-doubt is action. When you're stuck in your head, ruminating on all the reasons you might fail, it's easy for doubt to grow. But when you take action, even if it's just a small step, you start to build momentum. Action creates confidence. It reminds you that you're capable, that you're making progress, that you're moving forward. And as you continue to take action, that momentum builds. The more you do, the more you prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Self-doubt loses its grip when you're actively engaged in the pursuit of goals. It's also important to remember that self-doubt often thrives in isolation. When you keep your doubts to yourself, they can start to feel overwhelming, like you're the only one struggling. But when you open up to others, whether it's a trusted friend, mentor, or support group, you realize that you're not alone. Everyone faces moments of doubt, and sometimes just sharing your fears with someone else can help put them in perspective. They might offer words of encouragement, remind you of your strengths, or simply listen, which can be enough to quiet the voices of doubt in your head. Another way to combat self-doubt is to look back at your past achievements. Too often we focus on our failures or the things we haven't yet accomplished while forgetting all the things we've already overcome. Take a moment to reflect on your journey. What challenges have you faced in the past? What obstacles have you overcome? What successes have you already achieved? Remind yourself that you faced tough situations before and come out stronger. You've proven to yourself time and time again that you're capable, resilient, and able to overcome whatever comes your way. Self-doubt tries to make you forget all of that. But when you reflect on your past achievements, it becomes clear that you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. At the end of the day, overcoming self-doubt is about cultivating a mindset of resilience and self-belief. It's about recognizing that doubt will always be there, but you don't have to let it control you. You have the power to push through it, to take action despite it, and to keep moving toward your goals. The next time self-doubt creeps in, remind yourself that it's just a voice in your head, it's not the truth. The truth is that you are capable of far more than you realize. The truth is that you have everything you need within you to succeed. And the truth is that the only way to truly fail is to let doubt stop you from trying. So when you feel self-doubt creeping in, don't let it stop you. Acknowledge it, but then keep going. Take action, focus on the process, and remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over doubt. The more you practice this, the stronger your belief in yourself will become. And as your self-belief grows, self-doubt will lose its power. You'll come to realize that the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. And when you stop doubting yourself, you'll unlock a level of potential you never knew was possible. When you visualize your future, you are not just imagining a random dream, you are setting the blueprint for your life. The power of visualization is one of the most effective tools you can use to bring your dreams into reality. Everything you want to achieve begins with a clear image in your mind. Athletes use it to prepare for big games, entrepreneurs use it to design their business strategies, and artists use it to inspire their greatest creations. Visualization is not just about wishful thinking, it's about training your brain to see and feel the reality of your goals before they manifest in the physical world. The science behind visualization is compelling. When you visualize a scenario, your brain activates many of the same neural networks that it would if you were actually experiencing the event. In other words, your brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagination and reality. It reacts to your mental imagery as if it were real. This means that when you repeatedly visualize your goals, you are training your brain to believe in their possibility, which influences your behavior, motivation, and overall mindset. It sets the stage for you to act in alignment with your dreams, making them feel more achievable and within reach. But it's not just about seeing the final outcome in your mind, it's also about connecting emotionally to that image. Visualization becomes incredibly powerful when you not only see yourself achieving your goals, but also feel the emotions that come with it. Imagine what it feels like to have succeeded, the pride, the joy, the sense of accomplishment. These emotions create a strong, positive reinforcement loop in your brain. The more you associate positive feelings with your visualization, the more your subconscious mind starts to work in alignment with those goals, guiding you toward the actions that will make them a reality. Another important aspect of visualization is clarity. The clearer and more detailed your mental image, the more powerful it becomes. Vague, fuzzy visions lead to vague, fuzzy results. If you want to use visualization to its fullest potential, you need to create a vivid picture of what success looks like.
Key for you.
What does it look like, feel like, smell like, sound like? The more specific you are, the more your brain can latch onto that image and start guiding you toward it. For example, if your goal is to build a successful business, don't just imagine being rich, visualize the specifics. See yourself in your office, speaking to clients, reviewing your success reports. Feel the energy of accomplishment as you achieve each milestone. The more real you can make it in your mind, the more likely it will become real in your life. Visualization is not a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. You need to revisit your vision regularly, preferably every day. Start your mornings by spending a few minutes visualizing your goals and how it feels to accomplish them. This primes your mind for success and sets a positive tone for the rest of your day. When challenges arise, use visualization as a tool to refocus and remind yourself of what you're working toward. When you make it a habit, visualization becomes a powerful guide, helping you to make decisions and take actions that align with your desired outcome. One of the keys to successful visualization is coupling it with action. Visualization alone won't make your dreams come true. It's the spark that ignites the fire. But you have to fan the flames with consistent, focused effort. Once you visualize your goal, break it down into actionable steps and start taking those steps every day. Visualization gives you the roadmap, but it's your actions that drive you toward the destination. If you're not moving towards your goal in the real world, no amount of visualization will make it happen. But when you combine a strong vision with determined action, that's when the magic happens. Another benefit of visualization is that it helps to boost your confidence. When you regularly visualize yourself succeeding, your brain starts to believe it's possible, which builds your self-esteem. You begin to think, if I can see it, I can achieve it. This shift in mindset is crucial. Because one of the biggest obstacles people face in achieving their goals is a lack of belief in themselves. Visualization helps to rewire that limiting belief and replaces it with a strong sense of self-assurance. You begin to approach challenges with more confidence, knowing that you have already seen yourself succeed in your mind. Visualization helps you stay focused on your long-term goals, especially when distractions and setbacks come your way. It's easy to get sidetracked by short-term challenges or lose motivation when things don't go as planned. But when you have a clear vision of where you're going, it becomes easier to stay on course. You have a mental image to hold on to, a reminder of why you're putting in the effort and why it's worth it. That vision acts like a compass, guiding you back on track whenever you feel lost or uncertain. Visualization also fosters creativity. When you regularly imagine yourself in new scenarios or achieving new goals, your brain starts to think outside the box. You begin to see new possibilities, new ways of doing things, and creative solutions to challenges. This creative thinking is crucial, especially when you're faced with obstacles. Instead of giving up when things get tough, visualization helps you think of new ways to overcome those obstacles. It opens up your mind to possibilities you might not have considered before. Incorporating visualization into your daily routine is one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do to transform your life. It costs nothing, takes only a few minutes a day, and has the potential to dramatically change the way you think, feel, and act. The more you visualize your success, the more aligned your thoughts, actions, and emotions will become with that success. It's a tool that's available to everyone, regardless of where you are in life or what your goals are. Ultimately, visualization is about programming your mind for success. It's about seeing yourself as capable, worthy, and deserving of the life you want to create. It's about giving yourself permission to dream big and then using the power of your mind to turn those dreams into reality. When you consistently visualize your future, you're not just imagining possibilities, you're shaping your destiny. And as you continue to visualize, act, and grow, you'll discover that the future you've been dreaming of is not only possible, it's inevitable.